So, you may have seen the title, and yes, in today's video, I'm going to be ranking, but at the same time, putting all these bosses into a tier list. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Number 25, Zote. Okay, so let's get one thing straight here. Zote is an absolute joke. I mean, he isn't even that challenging to begin with, let alone difficult. Unless you count his dream version, of course, but that's for another video. Anyways, so yeah, sorry Zote, but you're going into F tier. Number 24, Vengefly King. So I don't really have much to say about this guy, except for that this entire boss fight is just doing the same rinse and repeat, where when he does his charge attack at you, you just have to jump and poke off his head as he charges by. And that's basically it. The whole boss fight. You just have to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again until you finish him off. Although throughout this boss fight, the Vengefly King will call for his little minions that then you can literally just one tap with your nail. So in my opinion, this boss fight is mildly easy and not hard to beat at all. F tier. Number 23, Gruzmother. Okay, so how am I supposed to explain this? Okay. So in this boss fight, you're basically fighting against a pregnant, mature Gruzzer. Not a bug, a mature Gruzzer. Anyways, throughout this boss fight, Gruzmother every now and then will proceed to slam herself across the roof and floor of the arena in an attempt to kill a little vessel. She also does have one other type of attack that she can use and will use quite often, and with the ground pound one, which is basically the same attack used by the previous boss, where she'll basically just charge at you and all you have to do is just jump off, and as she's rushing by you, you just poke off her head. Really simple stuff, not that hard to defeat, but then again also really easy to learn and overcome. F tier. Number 22, Soul Warrior. Okay, so I don't even know why this guy is even up here to begin with, but I guess he is considered a boss, so I guess I'll just rank him anyway. F tier. Number 21, Massive Moss Charger. Okay, so I don't even think I have much to say about this guy. All he basically does is two different types of attacks. The first one is where he'll just basically dash at you. And the second one is where he'll just leap off and try to crush you. Overall, this boss is really easy to dodge and his moves are very predictable. So it's not really that hard in my opinion, although he can be annoying sometimes at how big his hitbox is. I will give him that. F tier. Number 20, Flukemonger. Okay, so Flukemonger is basically not even, in my opinion, considered to be that difficult. I mean, all this boss fight is you hitting it while it spits out these little, whatever these things are, I don't know what they're called, to assist it in battle. In all honesty, this boss fight could be better, but it only takes you around 10 to 20 minutes to defeat this thing. Anyways, F tier. Number 19, Hornet. Okay, so being the protagonist of Hollow Knight's sequel, Hollow Knight Silksong, this specific boss has a special place in my heart from the first time we meet her in Green Path to when she comes to assist us against the Hollow Knight. Overall, I think Hornet is a great boss fight to go up against. And it's kind of sad to see her ranked so low down on this list. But anyways, D tier. Number 18, Dung Defender. Okay, so being one of the great knights of Hallownest, this boss is different in a saying, but also fun to fight at the same time. Considering you fight a much more harder version of this specific boss later in the game, I can see why Team Cherry made this boss to be challenging, but at the same time, not that hard to defeat. D tier. Number 17, Soul Master. Okay, so this boss being one of the main beginner bosses you'll find and face throughout your playthrough of Hollow Knight, I don't really have much to say about him, except for the fact that the one thing I do find really irritating about this boss is the fact that he can spawn in these kind of like spell balls and throw it at you. And yeah, it can get really annoying and irritating if you get hit multiple times by these. But in all honesty, this boss isn't really that hard in my opinion. And once you get the hang of it, and once you get his moveset down, you'll be able to defeat him. D tier. Number 16, Traitor Lord. Okay, so basically this boss fight isn't really even considered a proper boss fight in my opinion. It's more classified as a tutorial for the Shaco, an item you will acquire in late game. Anyway, most of this boss's attacks, you can just dash through them, and this boss fight can be over in about 10 to 20 minutes depending on your nail upgrades. Overall, this boss isn't really that difficult to defeat, quite easy. D tier. Number 15, False Knight. Okay, so the False Knight, being literally the very first boss you will encounter through your playthrough of Hollow Knight. Being kind of like a tutorial boss, he isn't really that difficult or hard. He's more like just there to give you a taste of what's to come in late game. D tier. Number 14, Brutin Moloch. So basically, what this thing is I don't really know. But what I do know is in this boss fight against whatever the Brutin Moloch is, does not really include that much stuff to go over. Although I will say, this boss fight isn't really that hard or difficult enough for me to defeat. It is annoying to face, so that Brutin Moloch is going into D tier. Number 13, Crystal Guardian. So this boss is optional. It isn't really a boss you have to defeat unless you do want that bench. He is guarding in the Crystal Peak. This boss isn't really that hard in general. All he does is basically just shoot lasers at you. And that's about it really, nothing more. Once you do defeat him though, you will get access to the bench he was guarding. C tier. Number 12, God Tamer. So the God Tamer isn't really that hard or difficult. If you somehow manage to defeat the beast before even killing the God Tamer, that's basically it. The fight is over. You don't even have to worry about defeating the God Tamer. After you defeat the beast, the God Tamer will just give up. C tier. Number 11, Mantis Lords. Being one of the more optional early game bosses you'll likely encounter during your playthrough of Hollow Knight, Mantis Lords are one of my favourite bosses to come across and fight. The way you just start off fighting one of the mantises, and then once you defeat the first, the other two will jump in and join the fight. This boss can be tricky at times, but also fun. So I'm giving this boss a solid C tier. Number 10, Umu. So basically, what this boss fight is you're basically fighting a ginormous jellyfish who is really simple and easy to take down. C tier. Number 9, Oblobbles. Blobbles. Number 8, The Collector. The Collector, in my honest opinion, is just a really unstable and unhealthy guy. He's so unstable in fact that he's trapped innocent guavas across Hallownest. At this point, I don't have anything else to say about this guy. C tier. Number 7, Broken Vessel. Okay, so the Broken Vessel, in my opinion, is one of the more unique bosses you'll find in Hollow Knight, because to me, when fighting this specific boss, it basically feels like you're fighting one of your own siblings. It can be annoying at how jumpy they are, but overall, once you get their moveset down, this boss isn't really that hard to defeat.
B tier.
Number 6, Watcher Knights. Okay, so the Watcher Knights, found in the City of Tears, are one of the more challenging and harder bosses you'll encounter in Hollow Knight. There are 6 Watcher Knights, I think, you'll have to defeat and kill to reach the Dreamer Lorien at the top. These guys can be annoying at how they can roll up into balls and charge at you. They can also, again, roll up into balls, but instead of charging at you like last time, they'll start bouncing like basketballs across the arena towards you. But once you get the hang of it and learn how to dodge their attacks, you'll be able to defeat them easily.
B tier.
Number 5, Nosk. Okay, so Nosk is a shape-shifting entity, creature, spider thing. I don't really know what it is, that can morph or more like shapeshift into its next prey, as seen when it shapeshifts into our little protagonist here, the knight. And then as we approach Nosk, it shows its true form, transforming into a spider thing, and then we can fight it, kill it, and then that's basically it. This boss isn't really one of the main bosses in the game, more like an optional boss you can find down in Deep Nest.
B tier.
Number 4, Hive Knight. So the Hive Knight is basically a bee found in a hive that you must defeat in order to get a charm, and that's basically it.
B tier.
Number 3, Troop Master Grimm. Okay, so let's get one thing straight here. Troop Master Grimm is an amazing designed boss. The Grimm Troop DLC brings a whole new addition to the game. New chapters, new charms, and 2 new bosses to fight. You can acquire throughout your gameplay and defeat to get rewards. Unlike Grimm's Dream version, not making Grimm, or DKG for short, in this boss fight, or more like performance, Grimm's attacks are way more slower and dodgeable, giving you plenty of time to heal between each attack, compared to DKG, where in that boss fight, he's a lot more quicker and his attack speed has increased tremendously, giving you less time to heal and forcing you to focus more on your timing. The way Grimm teleports around the arena just makes the whole boss fight even trickier. Well, compared to not making Grimm, but that's a story for another day. Anyways, I do love this boss fight, I really do. Although the one downside to this fight is it doesn't give me access to the Grimm Child charm. Very sad. Anyways,
A tier.
Number 2, the Hollow Knight. The final obstacle standing in our way is the Hollow Knight. The first time you enter the Black Egg where the Hollow Knight is being sealed, you'll notice that it's been chained up, and to free it, you'll have to break 4 chains which are all anchored down to the floor of the Black Egg. The one thing I found cool about this final encounter is the way the Hollow Knight is looking at you as you break each of its chains. As you approach the final change, keeping this broken vessel contained and break it, some music, which only intensifies as you break each of this guy's chains, reaches its peak. As the Hollow Knight breaks from its containment, it drops to the floor before laying out a loud piercing scream. And as soon as that title name shows, you know this is it, the final obstacle standing in your way. Throughout the boss fight, the Hollow Knight will repeatedly charge at you with all sorts of different types of attacks. Eventually though, midway through the fight, the Hollow Knight will suddenly start stabbing itself repeatedly as if trying to help its sibling in defeating the infection within itself. Eventually though, you do come out victorious, but in return, you suck the infection out of them and into yourself, and gradually become the next sealed vessel.
A tier.
Number 1. The Radiance. Okay, so first off, to even get to the Radiance, first you'll have to acquire the Void Heart. And second, you'll have to go and beat up this guy again. Jeez, I feel bad for him, man. Anyways, somewhere during the fight midway, Hornet will actually come to assist you by stabbing the Hollow Knight in the face and pinning it down to the ground, letting you dream now it and enter its mind. There you'll see 3 platforms you'll have to climb up, and once reaching the top platform, a white text saying challenge will appear. Accepting this will lead you coming face to face with the sun. Once the boss fight begins, the Radiance will instantly start throwing a variety of different types of attacks. You'll have to avoid and dodge out of the way so you don't get hit. And the one thing I did find really annoying about this specific boss is when you get hit. Instead of losing only 1 mask, you lose 2, which really is just annoying. Anyways, once dealing enough damage, Radiance will flee, going higher up, and will try and shoot you down with beams of pure light. Meanwhile, you, with the help of all your other Void siblings, will keep climbing to the very top where the Void will surround Radiance, so she has nowhere else to go. Then, with the help of the Hollow Knight's shade opening up a weak spot, your shell breaks open, revealing the shade within. Then you finish off the Radiance with some last finishing blows. Overall, in my opinion, this boss fight really did live up to its name of being the true final boss of Hollow Knight.
S tier.
Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.